Vibes fans. Welcome to episode 6 of season 5. And just a little funny thing is, I have a little guest with me right now. My cat Bagheera, who briefly has his head chopped over. Say hey, everyone, Bagheera. He's not saying hi, so he's currently in my lap. He may jump out of my lap during the filming of this, but both my cats are down here. So you may hear brief purring on off in the audio of this, obviously, which would be kind of funny to listen to hear how loud his purr is actually audibly on podcast, so it's worth doing. So, first off, Good Vibes, the Good Vibes show is part of the Special Chronicles Network, obviously. So, as prior to every episode required for this season, I had to do the mandatory Special Chronicles spiel. So, the Good Vibes show is proud to be featured on the Special Chronicles Network. Visit specialchronicles.com for links to follow on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Be sure to also subscribe to the newsletter and find the podcast page on this podcast, The Good Vibes Show by Jerry Hoy. If you love The Good Vibes Show, then you love the art podcast on the Special Chronicles Network. SpecialChronicles.com for links to subscribe to our podcast, newsletters, and to follow us on social media. And to support the podcast on Special Chronicles so we can continue our mission of giving respect, voice, and people with special needs, visit specialchronicles.com/give to make a gift today. So, I've been trying to figure out what to say for today's appreciation supporters. I think with having my cat Gear here, he may have given me an idea here. And I think I might have actually mentioned this a while back, probably, in a previous season, but I'm going to reiterate because this is the supposed to be the joyfulest time of year. But I think appreciation and support of us should go to animal shelters, because during this pandemic, obviously, there's been a lot of animals adopted and put there, but I think animals should be adopted still and everything. And I think a lot of people just don't understand that adopting a pet is sort of important. Now, obviously, my family adopted Bagheera and Sheba. Bagheera being a black cat and Sheba being a calico cat. And Bagheera, for example, black cats are totally misunderstood in Western culture as bad luck, when in the Eastern culture they're good luck. I think a lot of people don't understand. It doesn't matter the color of the fur of the animal, as long as the animal give the animal a loving and forever home. It's more important. And I think animal shelters do need a lot of appreciation and support vibes in this, because usually a lot of people get pets for the holidays and some end up going to animal shelters to get them, or do the art methodology of doing them. But I think, in all honesty, animal shelters deserve a lot of appreciation and support vibes, because this is usually a big time of year for them as well, but it's also kind of a hard time of year for them as well. So they deserve a lot of appreciation and support vibes for what they do. And I think before we continue on to this, I think I wanted to note the A Cat and Dogs Friend, which is the rescue that we got Bagheera and Sheba from. They deserve a lot of appreciation and support vibes as well for what they did, because by adopting these two, they're amazing cats. Every now and then they can be pain in the butts, but that's cats. They're cats, and we love them no matter what here. So, before we move into today's positive uplifting vibes, back to our spiel from Special Chronicles Network, because a little commercial break here, but we also should do this as well. Make sure you remember this, because it should be embedded in your brain by now, hopefully. If not, it will be by the end of this season, hopefully. So, the Good Vibes Show is proud to be featured on the Special Chronicles Network. Visit specialchronicles.com for links to follow on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Be sure to also subscribe to the newsletter and find the podcast page for this podcast, The Good Vibes Show by Jerry Holy. If you love The Good Vibes Show, then you love the art podcast on the Special Chronicles Network. SpecialChronicles.com for links to subscribe to our podcast, newsletter, and to follow us on social media. And to support the podcast on Special Chronicles so we can continue our mission of giving respect and voice to people with special needs, visit SpecialChronicles.com/give to make a gift today. So, for today's positive uplifting vibe, I'm going to say is be cheerful and spread cheer. And I think this is the time of year to do both, because we have to be very cheerful, because it's been a rough year, obviously, but spreading that cheer, because some people have had a rough year too. I think everyone just needs a lot of cheering up this year, and it's worth knowing that cheering up is important to do in this today and such. So, we just have to be very cheerful and spread that cheer. I know some people are going to say, well, why should I spread cheer? My point is you should. Because a little cheer in someone's life can go a long way and make them feel happy and great and such. And I think people respect that as human beings. I think people spreading cheer, but also giving cheer is important. So I think it's worth noting that spreading cheer to everyone is should be a must, regardless of the time of year. It's like the same as saying awareness should be happen regardless of the time of year as well. And I think we all need to be aware that when everyone needs everyone needs cheer up any given day of the week or any given time of the year. So be cheerful, everyone, but spread that cheer as well during this holiday season, but all the time as well when much needed as well. So before we wrap up episode 6 here, everyone, once again, we're going back to our spiel from the Special Chronicles Network, and then a few other things afterwards. So, Special Chronicles, let me rephrase that. Whoops, let's move there. So, the Give Vibe Show is proud to be featured on the Special Chronicles Network. Visit specialchronicles.com for links to follow on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Be sure to also subscribe to the newsletter and find the podcast page for this podcast. By now, it's the Give Vibe Show, but if you remember it by now, hopefully. If you love the Give Vibe Show, then you'll love the other podcasts on the Special Chronicles Network. SpecialChronicles.com for links to subscribe to our podcast and newsletter and to follow us on social media. And to support the podcast on Special Chronicles so we can continue our mission of giving respect and voice to people with special needs, visit SpecialChronicles.com/give to make a gift today. And you may know, as I said, that worked on there twice because a little still out, but we all deserve a little spoof to cheer us up as well. So, I thank you all again for tuning in, obviously. I hope you really enjoyed Season 6 so far. I hope you've had the opportunity to listen to or watch Seasons 1 through 5, as well as the Road to 2022 Special Reviews of Games, a special series I'm doing as well for my preparation for USA Games being done on my Give Vibe Show as well, and a lot of other things. So I just want to thank you all for tuning in, obviously, and thankful so much for being here. But I also want to remind you, once again, to remember to follow the Give Vibes Show on Instagram at Give Vibes by JH, and Facebook, facebook.com/Give Vibes by JH. Also subscribe to the Give Vibes Show by Jerry on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts from. I'm on 7 different platforms for my podcast, so definitely highly recommend checking it out wherever one's working for you. I help you all in. I hope right now I'm slowly closing in on 250 listens, but I'm hoping to at least get to 500 probably by my 2nd year anniversary for Good Vibes, hopefully. Who knows yet? But anything's possible, obviously. But I want to thank you again, and I hope you all have a cheerful, wonderful holiday season. I know a belated happy Hanukkah to all my Jewish listeners, as well as my Jewish family, my family who are Jewish, as well as my friends who are Jewish as well. Happy belated Hanukkah, because I know Hanukkah is ending pretty soon here. By the time this episode's aired, obviously Hanukkah's over, but I just want to wish you happy belated Hanukkah to y'all, of course. And I hope to see y'all next time for episode 7 of season 6, everyone. So until next time, everyone, peace out, boop, bye, and have a great rest of your day. And both my cats, Bigger and Shiba, who are both down in my recording studio, both say goodbye to y'all. So bye, everyone.